All right. Well, welcome to the Killer Media Reviews podcast.
This is our first episode.
The first official episode.
You heard that right.
First official. We've never done any takes before this.
No. I was going to buy confetti to congratulate ourselves, but I forgot. You know those mini blasters?
But then we'd have to clean it all up.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want to do that.
All right. Well, I'm not Tim.
I'm Tim.
I'm Tim, and this is Nick.
Reverse that.
No, okay, yeah. I'm Nick.
And I'm Tim.
And we are your co-hosts.
Yes, we're both hosts. We have equal dictatorships here.
True.
Yeah. No one's in charge. We're both in charge.
Yeah.
I'd say so. Yeah. So, we're going to review Terrifiers 1 and 2 for you today.
Plus, at the end, Terrifier 3, we're going to talk about what we think the movie's going to be about.
Yeah. Theories, go over the trailer, typical stuff. These beautiful movies were written and directed by Damien Leone.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I think so. Leone? I don't know.
I thought it was Leone.
One of our fans. Please correct us. Chat?
Yeah, chat.
Correct us. Correct us, chat. I'm pretty sure it's Leone. And stick to the end where we have an exclusive interview with the producer, Phil Falcone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to that, but yeah.
Who knew? So stick around for that. It'll be at the end. So let's get right into it.
All right, we can start with, for Terrifier 1, we can just introduce the characters.
These are fake, by the way.
Yeah. But it makes us look professional.
Immersion. Yeah. We got these bad boys.
Yeah.
Oh, that picked up in the mic.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, turn your volumes low.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to start off with some characters here. You want to rattle off the characters?
I can do a couple. You can do a couple.
All right.
The first character I'll introduce will be Tara. She's pretty much the final girl for the movie.
Wink, wink.
I mean, we're gonna have spoilers. But yeah, she's pretty much the main focus of the movie. Her and her friend Dawn, the ditzy blonde. Then we have Victoria, which is Tara's sister. She's also the final girl, believe it or not. But we'll explain the story.
Yeah, she's in the movie for about 5 minutes of screen time.
Really is I feel
it's very little.
I feel like it's still more.
Maybe 10. It's very little. They pulled a switcheroo on you.
Yeah. Then we got the exterminator guy, the bald exterminator guy. His name is Mike. Not really a memorable character. Doesn't play too big of a role. I mean, he just lets Tara in to go pee. And that's his main that's his main yeah. part, is just letting her in to pee.
Excuse the
And at first he didn't even want to. Then we got this homeless lady who lives in the building, kind of. Mm-hmm. I don't even really know her story, but she carries around a doll that she thinks is her own daughter.
Named Emily. There's a fun theory about her with Terrifier 3, that she's somehow related to Art's mother. It's weird. It's a weird theory. I don't know much about it, but that's a theory. I mean, we got Art the Clown.
Yeah, that's the main. That's definitely
what a character. This guy right here. Look at that mug. Yeah. He is fantastic. He's by far the best character in the movie. He blows everybody away. He doesn't say a single word. His expressive acts, his expressiveness, what do you call it?
His expressions.
Yeah, his expressions. He's a mime, basically. A killer mime clown.
Completely silent, but he has so much character for somebody who's silent.
Yeah.
I mean, the actor who plays him does a really good job. I mean,
David Howard Thornton.
Yeah.
What a guy. Fantastic actor. Yeah, we got some pizza store owners. Do they have names?
I don't remember the names.
Yeah, they're in it for maybe like 3 minutes. They're just kind of cannon fodder.
Yeah, they're the first kills.
Yeah. And then we got Monica Brown. The
Monica Lewinsky?
She's the beginning reporter.
Yes, the reporter.
Or newscaster.
I think she's just an interviewer.
She's an interviewer. She's in it for like 2 minutes. She pisses off Victoria after we find out what happens to her, and she kind of kills her a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Well, no, actually, she's not dead. She was just severely beaten.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't watched the movie before listening to this, you'll be very confused.
Yeah, the movie opens from the end of the movie. The beginning scene of this is the ending of the movie,
and then the beginning of Terrifier 2.
the beginning of Terrifier 2. It's a thing. You got to watch it.
It was planned.
Obviously, it was planned. But it worked out. It was really cool. So those are our characters. Do you want to rank the characters based on coolness?
Yeah.
I think we have art number one.
All the way to the top.
Art's up here. Everybody else kind of down here.
For sure. There's no way to not rank him at the top. The name is Terrifier. The only terrifying thing about the movies is him and
what he does.
So it'd be a shame to not have him at the top at all. He's definitely akin to like Freddy and Jason and Michael Myers and any of the ghost faces. He definitely holds his own for his own trilogy.
I think he could take all of them on easily.
Yeah.
Maybe not Freddy, but everybody else, he doesn't stop. He goes crazy.
Yeah. Can't die.
No, apparently he can't die.
Apparently he cannot die.
Which you'll find out at the end of the movie. I'll put Tara next. She's kind of, a main focus.
Yeah, I would agree.
She's not, it's a low budget film. I think this had $35,000 in it. So very low budget. So, what more can you expect? The acting is not fantastic, but it's watchable. It's passable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a sucker for like basics. Like if it's too basic, but at least has a good plot, I mean, I'll still definitely enjoy it. But I think it's definitely grounded.
Yeah.
And I definitely enjoyed that about it.
Yeah, I agree. So I put her next as actor-wise, acting abilities.
Yeah.
She wasn't bad. I think I'd put Victoria next.
Yeah, I guess you kind of have to. I mean, she's the sister. The two sisters are definitely similar in terms of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tara noticed right off the bat Art's presence.
Yeah.
So she was definitely aware of the whole time and on edge until, when he finally meets up with her.
Yeah. And then last of the main characters, I'll put Dawn. She's kind of weak. She's useless.
But she has a good kill.
She has a great kill, like the standout and the shock factor of this film. But she's weak. Her acting was kind of meh.
Yeah, I mean,
no offense to her.
She played what she wanted to, she needed to play.
Yeah, she was fine. She's just there as a supporting friend.
I mean, the homeless lady, I don't even know if we even know her name. Does she say it in the beginning? I don't remember.
I don't think so. I think she does have a name, but it's like within the lore that you just have to know. Which I didn't do any research on that. I
mean, I would rank her out of the main characters, her next, just because, I mean, she was definitely creepy.
Yeah.
Other than Art, she's the only other person who's creepy.
Yeah.
And has that creepy presence, and
she's off.
She's something off about her.
Yeah.
I mean, she dies, but you think maybe she won't die, but she dies.
Oh, I remember. We'll get into it when we talk about Terrifier 3. So those are our characters. A good range of characters.
Yeah.
Not bad. It's watchable. So yeah, moving on to the main plot of the movie.
Yeah.
There really is no plot.
Yeah.
The movie is Art killing people.
Yeah.
That's it.
But at least the steps that it gets there are pretty like good, like basic in terms of like there's no like weird shit going on. Like there's no reason for any of this to have not happened. I mean, Tara and Dawn get stranded, and they wanted to get some food to sober up. They see Art, and Tara right off the bat is like, "What the hell?" And then they go eat, and then he goes and follows them into the pizza shop, and kind of torments Tara. And Tara's on edge the entire time. And then they leave. Art kills the pizza guys. Then they find out that Dawn's tires slashed, which was most likely Art the Clown. And they call Victoria over, and she's at her dorm. She wasn't going to come initially, but she does. So she's on her way. And then Tara, while they're waiting, has to go pee. And she sees the exterminator guy outside, and she wants to just use the bathroom. And at first he's hesitant, and then he lets her in. He's in there. And then pretty much what kicks off that whole section is just when Dawn's sitting in the car, and then Art finds her and kidnaps her. And then he starts going inside the building to chase down Tara. Yeah. And then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. And then we end up, after Tara gets captured, the kill. This is a wild one. This is where the movie really tells you what it is. We got Dawn. She's hanging upside down. She's like on, what would you call it? She's like, her hands are like this. Her feet are out. She's upside down. She's got no clothes on. Art is making Tara watch as Art takes this hacksaw, literally just goes from the top, just straight down all the way through. I mean, brutal.
Yeah, we're not psychopaths. But...
No. It's brutal, but it was kind of cool. And it's all practical effects. There's no CGI, so it looks real.
Yeah, that's what I definitely like about the film, for sure. The practicality of everything, instead of using CGI, it's just most of the time it looks real, depending on what you use. But they definitely did a really great job with that. And it makes all the gore and stuff definitely stand out.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely what these movies are made for. The gore and the effects. They go above and beyond. They did a really good job with the little money they had. And it goes to show that horror movies, we need to go back to that era.
Yeah.
CGI ain't working.
You can tell what passion there is, especially Land Shark.
Yeah. Another movie.
There was definitely some passion put into Land Shark.
That is cinema. If you don't know what we're talking about, look it up. Look it up. That's practical effects done right.
And its younger brother, House Shark.
Yeah.
Which is not actually related movies at all.
No. They just have sharks in them. Yeah. What'd you think the pacing was like? Like it was short, long, just right?
Although with the runtime of like, what, is an hour and like 50 minutes?
It's an hour and 25 minutes.
Okay. So an hour and 25 minutes. So pretty short. That definitely helps it, considering I did like the first half of the movie before Tara is killed, when you think she's the final girl, and then Victoria comes in and gets chased down and wants to find her sister. I thought that the first half was good, setting up all that, and you think Tara's a pretty good final girl, but then she dies, and then after that, it was a nice twist, but in all honesty, like, to me, it just kind of like the second half wasn't as good as the first.
Right.
I mean, I don't know any other way that they could have done it other than like maybe at least thinking, Tara will still be the final girl if like they kind of met up at least before Tara was killed, and that would have been better, because we don't really get to know Victoria that much compared to Tara, which I just kind of felt was.
They don't give you enough time to care for her. Yeah. To be like, why do I care if she dies or lives? Like with Tara, yeah, because she was there the whole movie. But you don't really get that with.
Yeah, like I was rooting for Tara, and then I was like, oh, they killed her. I mean, I'm assuming Victoria's going to have to be the final girl. and I thought maybe like she'd like not steal the show, because definitely not from Art.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah. I mean, the pacing was good overall. I mean, the runtime definitely helped, because if it was like 2 hours long, like the second one, I think it definitely would have killed the movie.
Yeah, it would have been too much. There's not much more to do. Yeah, I thought it was fine. It's an hour and 25, but it felt a little long. Some of the scenes that they do, they're drawn out, like they're just like a long like take, pretty much with not a lot going on at some parts. Like it's just a lot of like dialogue in the beginning mostly before we get to like the killing. But it's still entertaining and good to watch. Like it's not boring at any part.
Yeah, I'd say even to the talking parts. I mean, you're listening to set up.
Right. It's building anticipation because Art's in the scene, just staring. So it definitely adds to the creep factor, and it builds up towards the end.
Yeah.
So no, I think the pacing was fine for this. Definitely for a shorter movie. And a movie that doesn't have a plot, like it was fine. Because sometimes if you have no plot, the movie feels like it's 3 hours long.
Yeah, but like it just wasn't a major plot, because it was just two girls, not one cup. The two girls just stranded and then trying to get home, and they end up face to face with Art, and then Art kills everybody.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah,
everybody dies except one. Good old Victoria. She lives. She's not in the second one.
And Emily, did he kill Emily technically?
I think so. And I said I'd get back to that. No, Victoria, she didn't die. She's not in the second one, but I have a feeling she'll be in the third one. She'll be a bigger role in that. I think.
Technically, she was in the second one.
Yeah, but not like enough to be like a character.
Yeah, definitely sets up a lot of things.
Yeah, she definitely helps out. Yeah, I'd say the main incentive to watching this movie is the anticipation to see the next kill. That's pretty much what this movie is.
Yeah.
And what they set up. You're here for the kills. You're here for the gore. So you're just waiting for the next one, the next one, the next one. And they don't disappoint with that.
No, they really don't.
They give you a lot.
I mean, what was your favorite kill? Was it?
It was probably the hacksaw.
Okay.
That's the one they obviously put all their eggs in their basket for.
Yeah.
And it really worked out. The other ones were, semi-quick. Or you didn't see much of it because of the budget. So, for those reasons, I'm out. Those are my favorite ones. I mean, what was yours?
Yeah, mine was when he took off the homeless girl's boobs, skin, and wore it and pretended to be Tara to Victoria, and he jumps at her and then goes walking down after her like a girl. Like,
yeah, he
was just like
the model walk. It was pretty creative. That was a good one. I forgot about that one.
I mean, what was your favorite moment? I mean, mine is like when they're in the beginning, when they're in the pizza shop.
I was going to say that
and
too.
Art's just like...
He's just staring there.
Like, you definitely like... He says a lot without saying anything.
Yeah. He's planning out the whole rest of the movie in that scene. What he's going to do.
That's exactly...
That's what he's doing.
I mean, he carries around a trash bag of...
Yeah, I got that in.
He carries around a trash bag of tools.
Yeah, tools.
And maybe there's some body parts in there too.
Who knows?
We only know some of what he pulled out in Terrifier 2. But yeah, definitely. And the pizza guy.
Yeah.
Poor pizza guys.
They're just trying to run a business. They got caught in the crossfire. Yeah. Yeah. So how about that ending? Like ending.
The ending.
So like
technically there still is no ending.
Yeah.
Just the movie. Was a plot. But I mean, the ending is just her face just gone.
Yeah. Art's snacking on her face. Victoria's face.
Yeah.
She's snacking on it. You think she's dead. Then you find out she was the person Monica was interviewing in the beginning of the movie. She's all messed up. She looks like an alien. She's got like one eye. It's deformed. It's a thing. Yeah, when I first watched the movie, I thought it was like the interview took before the movie. Yeah. I was like, oh, so Art killed
did this to this person,
Right.
and then this film's going to be out about who his next victim was, but turns out it wasn't.
No.
It is definitely creative.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, there's like no final girl. I mean, she's a final girl, but like she's so badly injured to the point where like
she's barely alive.
She doesn't seem like she's the same person.
Yeah.
At all.
No. Definitely not.
No.
Yeah. So as Art's eating her face, the cops show up, and Art realizes there's like 5 of them, 6 of them. He's like, I'm not getting out of this, so I'm just gonna kill myself. He takes a gun, puts it in his mouth, and just blows away. So we think he's dead.
They told him no.
Yeah, they tried to stop it.
Yeah, I don't know.
As cops should.
Yeah, they should. But
you know,
if they knew what he did, they wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, no. But so yeah, Art's dead. No. So they take him to the coroner's office. The doc's working on him, and then he's not dead. He gets up and he kills him, and that's where the movie ends.
And then that's where Terrifier 2 picks up.
Yeah, immediately after that scene. So yeah, that's Terrifier 1. On a review, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 7.5.
And on the same scale, not the Richter scale,
Nope.
I would give it a 7.
Uh-huh. I give it a 7.5 because it's on the lower end. It's not low, but it's not a 10 because there's really no plot in this movie.
Yeah,
there's no big story. There's no characters to move on with. They're all pretty much dead, or up until then we don't know what's going on. But I give it that extra 0.5 because of the creativeness and the kills and their passion for horror and practical effects, and that they were able to pull off such a great movie with a $35,000 budget when these upper movies nowadays have $200 million and they suck.
They suck. They still get paid. They still get paid though.
Yeah.
Also.
So it's the passion that made me bump it up to 7.5.
Yeah, for me, 7. I mean, it's not that far off from yours. We felt pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
The movie, me personally, like the creativity, the art, the clown's personality. I mean, he was most of the movie, and like why you would probably watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still am excited for Terrifier 3 and 2, where that plot goes.
Mm-hmm.
The pacing, I don't know if I would have maybe I would have done like 0.5 if the pacing and like the twist was done a little bit better. But for the most part, with the lack of like a major plot other than just a simple slasher plot, I mean, it still does really well. I mean, our scale for like 1 to 10, I mean, to get like real low for like like bad, like even 5 is like not bad.
5 is average.
Like 5 is just average.
Yeah, 5 is good. 5 is good. Anything below 5 is not good. Anything above is pretty much above good.
Yeah,
it's
like it'll take a lot. It'll have to take a lot to go like even like to 1 or 2.
Yeah, like I think Land Shark's there.
I don't know.
Maybe a 5.5.
Guilty pleasure.
It's a guilty pleasure movie. It's so good. It's so bad. It's good. It's one of those. So that's Terrifier 1.
That is Terrifier 1.
Terrifier 1. Go watch it. Highly recommend. Beautiful movie. You can go away now. Now he's at the center stage. The better movie. In my opinion.
I mean, yeah, I'll agree.
It's all around. It's all around a better movie.
They definitely upped the ante, and there's a whole contrived plot from everything, and they take it a step further on what they show us what art can do,
right?
And they add some mysticism into there, and some weird shit.
Yeah, some fantastical elements, some stuff that makes you go, what?
Yeah,
like you didn't see it coming at all. So to start off, this movie has a budget of $250,000 compared to $35,000. So they got a substantial increase, and boy oh boy, do they use it? Do they use it to their advantage? So right away, they start off with better actors who can act a little better and characters that will stick around for a while. We have a plot. We have a story. Very contrived, very confusing, but we have a plot.
Yeah, it's complex and it's not like extremely hard to follow.
No.
If you're not paying attention, you might not understand it. But if you're paying attention, you'll understand it for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's I feel like there's a little bit of biblical references in terms of like angels and demons for sure. We'll have to see in Terrifier 3 when they explain a little bit more about that.
Right. If they do. But no, they give you some clues that they don't kind of resolve in this, that I guess 3 and 4 will pick up on, hopefully. There's a lot. So the characters in this movie, we no longer have Tara, Dawn, they're dead. Victoria, she's not really in this one. Maybe for 2-3 minutes she's in it, but as an end credit scene.
Yeah.
So we have Art, he's back, better than ever. He's not dead.
Yeah.
He's back. We open the movie with him with a great kill. We have our now final girl, Sienna Shaw, from the Shaw family.
The final girl. I definitely really enjoyed the actress in that.
Yeah, she was a good actor.
Yeah.
Probably the best acting of all. Terrifier 1 and 2. All the characters. So yeah, we have the Shaw family, Sienna, Jonathan, and his mom, Barbara. Barbara.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Yeah. Barbara, sorry to say, she's not a good actor.
No.
She's really annoying.
She didn't seem like she had many other films before this, but like...
Yeah. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was forced acting.
Yeah.
It seemed very forced.
Like, I'd say it's not the worst, but like, compared to like the others, it was like a step down between, like, we could see a difference.
Yeah. She could have done better, but yeah, it's fine.
Which might have hurt a little bit her character, because her character didn't seem too concerned with her 2 kids as much.
Yeah.
It didn't seem authentic.
Yeah, she cares, but then some parts she doesn't care. It was kind of a weird mix. And then she overparents, and then she doesn't parent. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I mean, that could be because her father, or not her father,
Yeah.
their father, her husband is dead and he killed himself.
Right.
So,
yeah. Well, no, he didn't kill himself. He had a tumor.
Oh yeah,
he died from the tumor, which surprisingly,
I thought it drove him to drive off and hit something.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. I don't know. I know he had a tumor, and that may be
it's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. Surprisingly, tumors play a big part in these movies. Surprisingly, and like I think it's leading into the
maybe Art the Clown is a tumor.
Maybe, but there's a theory. We'll get into it. Terrifier 3 theories. I'm getting ahead.
Everything leads to Terrifier.
I'm getting ahead of myself. We have Jonathan Shaw, the kid, the brother, the younger brother. The kid. The new kid on the block. He's fine. He's good. He did good.
Yeah.
He played the younger brother who's obsessed with, all the horror stuff.
Yeah.
And like crime. He wants to be Art for Halloween. Everybody's going, that's so insensitive, obviously. It's not like being Michael Myers for Halloween. This actually happened. People died. People were murdered.
Yeah.
It's like people wanting to be Dahmer. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of insensitive, You shouldn't do it.
I mean, just like, in the Scream movies with Sydney and people dressing up as Ghostface.
Right.
To her, that's so traumatic. With everyone else, because they weren't involved.
Yeah,
it's just a costume to them.
Yeah. And, I get the obsession. Everybody has, you're curious about the stuff. The whole documentaries on Dahmer. It's cool. It's not cool. It's interesting to, see their story and stuff. But I don't want to dress up as Dahmer. I don't want to be him.
What are you going as for Halloween?
I don't know.
You don't know yet?
No.
Well,
what are you going to be?
Me and my girlfriend are going to be Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
That's pretty iconic.
It is.
That's pretty iconic.
I mean, not like it's not been done, but
yeah, it's pretty good.
It'll be fun.
Last year you were what? Shaggy?
I get to wear a
Velma
starfish bra.
Yeah. You're going to put a pillow under your shirt?
Well, maybe it was
you're gonna wear
Mermaid Man in his prime.
Yeah.
Without the blonde hair.
Yeah. Who knows? He dyed his hair.
Yeah.
We got Brooke. She's a friend. of Sienna.
Yeah.
Kind of the Dawn figure, but more fleshed out and better.
Yeah, she's not like dumb. I'd say she's not dumb like Dawn.
She's not
seemed
dumb, but she does dumb stuff.
Yeah, but I mean,
she's
for the second part of the movie, she definitely played a little bit of some role in some events.
Yeah.
She's at least nice and a little bit sympathetic to Sienna, but you could tell that she's like not as a friend as Allie is to her. But
she's more of a good.
Both of their characters don't get. I mean, Allie doesn't get too much screen time.
Right.
Just a little bit in the Halloween shop, and then her kill at her house, which was
the kill.
that was
the kill of the movie, and possibly the franchise. We haven't seen the third one yet; it's not out yet, so we don't know. But we'll get to that. We have Jeff, the boyfriend of Brooke. He's kind of that just kooky bro kind of guy.
Yeah,
he's doesn't have much to do.
No,
he's very minor.
Yeah, you only see him in like the last 40 minutes, maybe 30 minutes.
And then we have a new addition to the killer. We have the little pale girl. Who? Fun fact: I think this is the theory that Emily, the baby from the first one that the mother not made up, but it was the doll that was her kid, and she's the mom that Art killed that kid, the little pale girl. She's a weird one. She's real to some people, but not to everybody. Yeah,
more specifically, Sienna and Jonathan. I think nobody else.
Only Jonathan.
No, Sienna could see.
Did she?
Yeah, she could see.
I thought it was only Jonathan. What do I know?
I'm pretty sure both.
Maybe it was both of them. So it's like the people that are tied to Art, do they see her? You know, it's kind of that ambiguity that they put in that they don't really explain.
Yeah, or if she could show herself whenever she wants, but she chooses not to.
Right. Because in the beginning, Art's in the laundromat playing patty cake with her.
Yeah, some guy is just napping, and he wakes up to some patty cake from Art and the pale girl, which he doesn't even see the girl.
Yeah, so he just sees Art going like this all by himself, and he's kind of like, what? And then he dies.
We don't even see it. He just...
then he dies.
He's dead.
So yeah, those are our characters for Terrifier 2.
The Halloween shop.
And the Halloween shop, the guy in the Halloween shop. Does he have a name? I don't think so. No. He's cool.
Yeah.
He was kind of rad.
Do you think he could kick Art's ass?
I mean, he didn't.
But he could, do you think?
Like, if he had a fighting chance?
Yeah.
Maybe.
He should have called the cops.
Will the cops have done anything? Probably not. But he should have called the cops. Then we have him. I think that's it. That rounds everybody out.
Yeah. I mean, other than like Victoria coming back for a little bit.
Right. That's
very brief for the beginning and the end.
Yeah. Yeah. So the beginning, after the very first scene, the beginning is like the interview from the end of the first one and the beginning of the first one. That's why it got weird.
Yeah.
So it's confusing, but it makes sense when you watch it. So we have a story. We have a plot.
Yeah.
We have Sienna and Jonathan that are getting tormented by Art. Why? We don't really know. He kind of just picks some victims. But again, we are led on that their father has something to do with it. Their crazy father. Because he has a little notebook that he draws some sketches in.
Yeah, and Art's in there.
Art's in there amongst other, like, killers, I guess. And, like, weird stuff. Weird, fantastical, mythological stuff. Sienna's in there in her Halloween costume.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know. You can kind of say it's like a prophecy, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, they're setting up a prophecy. Like, she's meant to end Art. Like, their dad somehow... Again, this ties in with the whole tumor thing.
Yeah.
Tumor. That he can, like, see things. So, like, he saw Art, whether he knew Art or not, but he knows how it's all going to end. Like, he's kind of writing a story, like, within his crazy images in his head. I don't know. They don't explain it, so we don't know. But that's, like, a popular theory.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if we'll ever see their dad. Maybe a flashback. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Possibly in the third one. Maybe.
In the afterlife somehow. Whatever route they go.
Yeah.
still, we still really know very little of the plot of Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
So definitely very, very interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm. But cool. Interesting and cool.
Yeah, I mean, Sienna's in her dad's notebook with her costume that she was making, angel wings and like battle gear type.
If you ever seen Wonder Woman 1942, that outfit, it's kind of like that, but a little bit better. It's like she's kind of like a bird, but with angel wings. Like it's like she's like a gladiator kind of with like, you know, angel wings and the sword that her father gave to her, like a real sword. That comes into play later.
It does a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
As Phil Swift would say. So that's at the end. We'll get into that.
Yeah, I mean, she tries to make her costume, but her wings, sadly, they burst into flames from a dream that Sienna has that involved Art terrorizing a whole TV show of kids. They had a little song.
The Clown Cafe.
The Clown Cafe.
The Clown Cafe. Very, very eerie.
We should definitely get a sign for the Clown Cafe.
We should get a sign. We are the Clown Cafe.
But yeah, then she's digging through a cereal box that has prizes that like razor blades, and they're on twisted way in the dream.
Yeah.
And
I thought she's trying to wake herself up.
Yeah, I thought she was trying to hurt herself and wake herself up that way, but she pulls out the sword and deflects the flamethrower that Art uses and back at him because it has some mystical powers. Yeah. And then she wakes up and the sword's right next to her wings in reality, and they burst into flames. Yeah. Now, she did have candles on her desk, but they were not on. They weren't on. She blew them out. The dream became reality. We did have to question that a little bit. We were like, maybe she did leave them. Mm-hmm. That's like a small plot point in the movie. Yeah. That her mom thinks she didn't blow it out, but we see her blow them all out. Yeah. But yeah, no. Art brutally murders everybody in that dream. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Everything's going cool. Everyone's having a good time. They're eating some snacks. They're singing the song. And Art just goes in his bag, just takes out a Tommy gun, and just blows everybody down. And then sets the cowgirl singing the song on fire. Yeah, but she's still alive. So she's still alive. She's still singing. And then that's when she wakes up. So there we got some kills there. Oh, we forgot to talk about the beginning kill. In the beginning of the movie. Yeah. Art wakes up from the coroner's office. And brutally murders the coroner guy. We briefly said that in Terrifier, at the end of Terrifier 1. Yeah. We kind of led into that, but we didn't. He dies, but to go into like the detail, like pretty sure like at one point he's calling the cops. Yeah. Art takes the phone, like smashes him on the head. Then he takes like this corkscrew thing, sticks it like right in his eye. Then he pulls his eye out. Takes his eye for himself. Yeah, he takes the eye, puts it in his eye, because he lost his eye when he shot himself. So now he got a new eye. Somehow it works. I don't know. And then he just brutally keeps going with that corkscrew on the guy, just to keep killing him, just to make sure he's dead. You know, everybody in horror movies forgets to give one more go. Mm-hmm. So he makes sure they're dead so they don't come back for the final scare. So that's the beginning kill. We didn't go through that, but now we did. It's not like extremely important. No, but it's cool. But yeah, definitely it's cool. Introduces, I mean, if maybe like someone who didn't watch Terrifier 1 was like, let me just watch Terrifier 2. That's your introduction to the movie at the beginning. So definitely a good impression for a standalone movie. And I guess you could say you could watch the second one without watching the first. Right? Yeah. Like you totally could. You wouldn't understand like the ending cutscene. No. Maybe. But you don't technically need to watch the first one for this. So it's a good intro without prior knowledge needed, I think. Yeah. I mean, the whole story will probably work better as a whole trilogy. Yeah. But for the most part, so far, 2 is still a good standalone movie. 1 still standalone movie, still good. But like there's a little bit of a difference in, I think, the direction they were going for each one.
Yeah. This is like 1. Then 3 will be 2, 4 will be 3. That's a trilogy. The first one's like an epilogue, you know. Epilogue?
Yeah.
That's the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's the end?
I forget.
I thought the end was an epilogue. Chat? What is this?
Chat.
I don't know. The preamble. It's the preamble.
The preamble.
It's the preamble. Anyway. So, yeah. That's... Oh, yeah, we were talking about the plot.
Yeah.
That...
It is a complex part.
Yeah. Like, again, like, he's just kind of terrorizing them as it goes on further. And then bits and pieces of, like, stories are thrown in there.
Yeah, a little bit like Jonathan seems way too engrossed in Art the clown in general, and the mom thinks that he's like, or actually Sienna thinks that he's creepy. The kid, yeah, and the mom would like, brush it off. No, it's a phase.
Yeah,
and then after everything that happened in the school, when Jonathan and his friends find, was it a squirrel?
I think it was a
raccoon.
A raccoon.
Yeah, a raccoon. And they find the dead raccoon, and then their friends call over some girl, and then a teacher sees that the girl's screaming, going away, and she brings them to get away. And then after that, then it's just Jonathan in school, and he goes to the bathroom, and in the halls he sees Art and the pale girl, and only he can see that. We'll see I don't know. How could nobody?
Yeah, like they were there.
There's
obviously, right? Like they were actually there.
Well, no one can see the pale girl,
right?
But people can see Art. So how does Art get in there without? Like, it's a school.
Yeah, you think they'd have some sort of security.
Yeah, and then he throws the dead raccoon at Jonathan, and he gets pinned for having the raccoon inside the building.
Yeah, so he gets like suspended,
and his mom is mad, and then believes that Jonathan's definitely fucked up in the head.
Yeah, he's a little cuckoo. Yeah, so that's kind of like the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
Then Sienna goes over her dream with her friends, and they're like, whatever, it's fine. And she's like, no, like my house was almost burnt down. They're like, yeah, whatever. Like they don't believe it because obviously they think the clown's dead. She still thinks the clown's dead. She saw him in her dreams, and she's like, what? She
was having a panic attack and stuff like that. Art definitely didn't help having a panic attack.
Right. No. So then next we get the Halloween store scene. So after her wings get burned down, so she has nothing to wear, and she can't make them again that quickly for Halloween, so she has to go buy them. So her and Allie are at the Halloween store looking for some wings. And clown Art shows up, and then she's like, wait a minute, like, are you real? Like, I think at first she thinks it's just some guy in a costume.
Yeah.
Up until like later in the film. Because he's just kind of there. Again, doesn't say anything. Just kind of stares at her. Puts on these cool yellow flower glasses.
You need to get me a pair.
Yeah. And then he kind of just follows her around.
Annoys the crap out of her.
He's just kind of in the way. Honking he finds a horn and just keeps honking it. Like right in her ear and stuff. So she buys her wings, she leaves. And then Art's going to buy the horn. And then he's like trying to find some money to pay for it in his little bag of goodies.
Little bag?
Yeah,
it's a big bag.
Giant trash bag.
Of tools.
So he's pulling everything out. He's got like knives, stuff, rusty nails coming out of the bag. And then the clerk's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, get out of my store now. Like, you're weird. And then, what did he take out of his bag and hit him with?
It was the bottle.
Oh, yeah, he got a bottle.
He put the bottle at first on there, then continued to take out. And then as soon as the clerk said he was going to call the cops, then he took the bottle and smashed his face.
Yeah. He smashed it and then, like, stabbed it in his neck.
Yeah.
And then he brutally kills him.
Yeah.
And then it's pretty much that scene.
Puts his head on display.
Yeah, he cuts his head off.
He closes the store before killing and then the mom and the son were going to go in there, and then the kid sees Art just holding the head, but he thinks it's just a prop.
An animatronic thing, yeah. No, it's a real head. And the kid's like, whoa, that's so cool. No.
Spared no expense.
No. That's not cool. Oh, spider. Die. Die, zombie.
Spiders.
Spiders.
Creepy spiders.
Wrong subject. Yeah. Then I think we get the scene, right? Is that next?
A little bit.
It's a little bit
There's
further, but not much really.
That's about, like, that's a major.
Yeah.
That's part of the major.
Like the party bar scene kind of happens in conjunction with that scene.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that's like the next section. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think Allie dies before she gets to the party. And then
yeah, she never
was
went.
She was trying to call her to see where she's at.
Right.
And then Allie dies.
Right. So yeah, it's Halloween. There's trick-or-treaters.
Yeah.
Art's a trick-or-treater for Allie. She's like, oh, cool costume, whatever. And he's like, give me candy. And she's like, no, I only give them to kids. And he's just like...
Yeah, being his persistent self, mocking...
Keeps, holding the bag up. She's like, no, get out of here, weirdo. And then he like leaves. And then like later that night, he breaks down her kitchen like door.
Yeah. And
like her back room door. And he's in the house. And then she gets brutally killed. That's
maybe worse than the first. I feel like.
This is by 10 times worse than the first.
Yeah.
Like, she gets messed up.
She's alive to the whole thing.
Yeah, somehow she survives to the whole thing until she's not. I forgot like every little bits and details, but like he basically just like cuts her all up.
Skinned.
Yeah, like basically like part of her is like skinned. She's just like lying on the bed and then like bones are broken. She's getting stabbed everywhere. Like he's ripping skin off. Then she's like trying to get the phone to like, cause Art leaves. And then she's trying to get like to a phone to, I guess, call the cops or something. And then Art comes back and he's got like salt in his hand.
Oh yeah.
And then he salts the wound.
Oh.
He literally just like presses salt all on her back. That's just open skin and just really rubs it in there. And then you think the scene's over. Like it cuts away. Then I think we go back to the party and stuff that Sienna's at with Brooke. Mm-hmm. Which we'll get into that in a second. But then it cuts back to Allie's mom getting home. And, she sees the door that's like, all the glasses everywhere.
Yeah.
And she's like, whoa, where is she? Where is she? So she goes upstairs into the room and she's just like on the bed, like some of her legs are like cut off, her arms cut off. Her face is like dripping and Art's just there, just like playing in it, like all the blood and stuff. He's just like a kid
very
with like
sadistic.
Yeah. And then she's just somehow still alive. And she's like, Mom.
And then she dies.
Yeah, and then she has to die then.
Yeah. And
then the mom just like, I guess freaks out.
And I think he kills her too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Which I don't think we like see it, but it's assumed that I think he kills her. Yeah. So yeah, that was the scene. Very, very much over the top.
Yeah.
Definitely outdid the first one.
Played a part in the runtime.
Yeah, that was a very drawn out scene.
Like not really important to the plot at all, but it was definitely a good kill.
Yeah, definitely a good kill.
We're not psychos.
No, that's where all the money went. Yeah. So then we have this party. Take it away.
A party?
Well, it's not. It's a club.
Yeah. It's just a club.
It's not a party. It's a club.
Well, Sienna wants to let loose.
Yeah.
In the beginning, she says she doesn't drink at all. Mm. So I think this is like her first drink. She orders drinks with
either that
Brooke.
Or she was lying.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Wait, there's no reason. She only said it to her mom, so that's why. But her mom wished she would kind of do stuff and like get in trouble. Yeah, that's where her mom was just like,
right,
you don't do anything but stay up in your room and make that costume.
Yeah.
But she drinks and drinks. A little bit. I don't think she had like a lot, but the main thing was Brooke slipping her a little bit of, it was Molly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she gave her Molly, and
Without telling
actually half of Molly.
it was half, yeah.
Yeah, it was half.
Yeah. Without telling.
Because that made it everything better.
Yeah.
And she starts feeling like good and nice, and she has a nice phone call with her mom. I mean, she was worried for a second, but then now, since she's on drugs, she's not worried at all.
Yeah.
But she finds out that Jonathan was suspended and why he was.
He kind of like stormed away, like he like left the house.
Yeah, and
he called her mom a bitch.
Yeah,
he said, "You're such a bitch,"
and then foamed her car and stuff.
Yeah,
but it wasn't him.
It was
Art.
Yeah.
So she wants to clean up. She's cleaning up her car, and then she calls Sienna, and then Sienna says, "I love you," and they have a little bit of a heart to heart. It was quick.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like special. And then she learns that she's on. I think before that she learned that she was on Molly, but she was okay with it because she was on drugs. But then after the call, her mom dies. Sienna doesn't get to know about that. We don't know. I mean, towards the end, she still doesn't know until they conclude that.
Right.
Probably explain that more in the third one.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, her and what was her Brooks? Jeff. Yeah. So I'm trying to remember if she doesn't get the call until they're in the car. So they're just going to be driving home, all of them in the car, and drugs start wearing off a little bit, but I think she's at the end of it. But she had Xanax before that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she was like
her own sanity and stuff.
Yeah, she had to leave the party because she saw the pale girl, and she got messed up. She definitely, she could have died. That's what they said.
Yeah.
So don't mix drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, I know. Bad idea.
All.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. So she gets a call from Jonathan, who's actually not Jonathan.
Yeah.
It's the pale girl saying that
she can imitate voices.
Yeah, she could just do that. She imitates Jonathan's voice, saying that he, not she.
Yeah,
it's a little bit confusing there. That he is at an abandoned amusement park because of his friends leaving him there, which is a total lie. Jonathan does not have friends. Those two kids at the beginning were not his friends.
No,
he seems so out of place.
Yeah,
but they pull up and go sit outside the amusement park. Sienna goes in. Brooke and Jeff are still in the car, and they talk a bit while they wait for Sienna. But Sienna doesn't find Jonathan right away. Art goes after Brooke and Jeff at the car.
Yeah.
And Jeff has to go pee, so he kills him.
Yeah.
Pee, cuts off his wanker, and Brooke goes and runs into the amusement park looking for Sienna. Art finally finds her. Then
she gets a pretty brutal kill.
Yeah,
she comes in with this whip with like knives on it and stuff, and he just kind of like whips her with it. So it catches skin. Obviously, it's like pulling skin off, and then like he's got a bottle of acid behind his back, and then and then he kind of throws it in her face, so her face is like melting, and then he has this like baseball bat with like a bunch of nails in it, and then just kind of just goes to town and just explodes her head. It again, brutal. That's what these films are.
Yeah,
they're brutal.
They are. Did Sienna find her right after? Like, did she?
Shortly after, she was looking, and then she found.
She finds her body, and then
she takes the club with the nails in it.
Yeah,
it was under like the stall, so she takes that. That's her weapon now. And then think her and Art have a little tussle.
Yeah, a little tussle. They had a stare down,
Yeah.
which I really liked the stare down for sure.
Uh-huh.
That was one of my favorite parts because, I mean, throughout the whole film, I mean, Sienna and her only react, they only meet like in her dream, then in the shop. He doesn't do anything.
Mm.
And after that, I mean, she's all good. She doesn't really know anything about Art other than, like, I guess he is definitely the person who did the killings, but she might still think it's just a person in a costume. But then she realizes that this is the real killer.
He's back.
But his facial expressions when he meets her was like, what are you going to do now? Like, he was waiting for her to make the first move. And I thought that was a really good interaction between the two of them. I definitely enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think Jonathan's right behind him, like, and she sees Jonathan. I mean, and that's when Art, I think, attacks her. Yeah. And then they go through all this battle. Definitely a long battle for sure. Yeah. It wasn't even more of like a chase like in the first one. It was more of like just Sienna and Art just fighting each other a lot of the time, and then Sienna trying to protect Jonathan. At one point she goes on top of him to like prevent Art from like whipping him.
Doing like the whip and everything.
Yeah.
So she's getting like whipped crazy. Yeah. Then is that after or before the fantastical stuff happens?
That was before.
Yeah. All right.
This was at her lowest, like, still try, like, she's still a fighter for sure and gave her all, but this was before she like resurrected herself. Yeah. But yeah. Then she gets stabbed and thrown down, and then she sees like the floor open up. Mm-hmm. And
there's like there's like a hole in the floor with like, I think it's like a red smoky glow. It's like, you think it's like the entrance to hell. Yeah. Or something. So then she gets thrown in there. And then she's like underwater. She's in like a little tank. The magician's underwater thing. She's all like tied up. She can't really escape.
Her arms are free. Like there's something grabbing her leg. So like, she's pretty much dead in real life. She's got like a hole. Yeah, she's like, where she was stabbed with the sword. Yeah, Art stabs her with her own sword, which has some mystical abilities. Yeah. So eventually she does die. And then, she drowns and she dies while pretty much looking at that set from her dream. Yeah,
the Clown Cafe.
The kids are just like singing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're eating like guts and like bugs and stuff. It's weird.
It was probably hell.
It probably.
Then I think she hears Jonathan. Yeah, because Jonathan
calling out for her.
Jonathan gets pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad for Jonathan.
Art's chomping on his ankle. Yeah, like he's eating it. I think he bit off one of his fingers. I think.
Jonathan is not having a good time. No. Getting eaten. Not like Victoria. Yeah. I don't know what's worse.
I'm gonna say Victoria because she ended up being deformed.
That's true.
Although, who wants their Achilles to be chomped on? And like, both are no good. Yeah. But I think Victoria got the worst of it because it's her face.
I'd say that. So Jonathan's calling out for Sienna. She hears him, and miraculous stuff happens.
She wakes up.
Her wound heals, glows from her sword, and she pretty much rises out of the tank, gets up, and then finally starts beating on Art and stabs him. Yeah. A couple times. He was still not dead.
Yeah. Yeah, he takes a pretty good beating in this too. But then she uses the whip against him now. Yeah. And then she like does a final blow or something and he like falls. And finally, in all the horror movies ever, she goes back for the kill. Yeah. She finishes him on, he cuts his head off.
So good.
She's like, good, but no, he's still alive. But anyway, it was good to see that the characters aren't stupid and they went back for the final kill.
Yeah. So, I mean, Art's dead.
Uh-huh.
At this point, he's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, the pale girl takes his head before making off and staring down Jonathan and Sienna, and they're confused as hell,
right?
Because they're still like, "Who the hell is this girl?"
Yeah.
So she just takes his head, and then she runs off, and then I mean that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
They don't.
Ends there.
There's nothing like ambulances.
Yeah,
nothing. It's just like they feel so isolated because like there's like nobody else is going on. Nobody knows what the hell.
Yeah, their mom's dead. On. They got no family anymore.
No.
So they got nobody.
No friends.
All their friends are dead. They got nobody.
Yeah.
So it's pretty lonely for them.
And then after credits,
the end credit scene, which we didn't know we had one.
We missed.
We had to go back.
We actually missed that.
Yeah.
My second watch, I found it. I was like, did I just like forget this?
Yeah, it was weird. But it's Victoria in a sane asylum, a hospital.
Probably just a mental hospital.
Hospital. And she like births Art's head.
Yeah.
She gives birth to Art's head. Only the head though.
Yeah.
So who knows how he gets the rest of his body back? But like again, like is she tied to Art because she was attacked by him? Like how does she have any correlation to Art?
I don't know. Well,
that's my question. So, everybody that he attacks seems to have some correlation.
Yeah. I mean, and only Jonathan and Sienna were able to see the pale girl.
Right.
So like they're definitely connected.
Right.
So like Art has some connection. At first he was confused on who the girl was, I think, Art.
Yeah.
In the laundromat. So like, maybe he might not even know.
Too. Yeah.
Maybe he's not. Maybe it wasn't like facial expressions of confusion, but like from what I could tell, it looked like he was like didn't 100% know what was going on, but he just rolled with it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, some girl kind of dressed similar to me. Looks like she wants to kill people too.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot's unexplained that I hope they explain.
Yeah.
But that's Terrifier 2. Way better overall. It was like an actual, like, proper, like, movie with a plot, good characters, final girls that will move on. Good kills.
Definitely a complex story. Took us forever to explain.
Yeah, very, very complex.
We definitely enjoyed the film for sure.
Oh yeah,
definitely for sure.
It's definitely one not to be missed. if you're not squeamish, don't watch these if you're squeamish.
Yeah, if gore and blood and stuff is not a problem for you, go ahead and watch it.
Yeah. So some standout scenes. The bedroom scene for me, the Halloween store, and the clown cafe scene.
Honestly, about the same. I mean, those were the highlights. Trying to think. Yeah, that's the main highlight. I mean, definitely the ending, like when she's killed and then she goes back into that tank again. I still see like I guess it's not a dream technically. Because like when you think about it, I mean, at first it was a dream, and then she's there, Art's there, but then it's like separate. She's in a tank watching.
Yeah, it's like it's weird.
Like maybe I don't know. Maybe if like that was actually down there, and it used to be down there, but I don't know. I don't think so. It was an amusement park, but I'm still confused.
Yeah,
on a lot of things.
Yeah, which again, I hope they flesh out.
But yeah, I mean. The dream scene was just fun. It was chaotic. Just like a fever dream. Definitely gives me reminiscence of Freddy Krueger. I love Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Even after like the 2 and 3 where they get all Dream Warrior. That's still fun. I mean, I can go on about like the kills from Freddy, but like, definitely. I mean, Art has a lot of slashers in him. I mean, he's silent like most of the other killers. I mean, I guess maybe that's the only thing you need to be. Yeah.
I mean, silence, if you don't speak, it's kind of scary. It adds to the creep factor. Yeah. And, if you don't know why they do what they do or where they came from, it's ambiguity. Part of me wants to know who he is. Part of me wants to keep it, we don't know.
Yeah.
kind of a mystery.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what they explain. Like,
Yeah.
Hopefully it's all good.
Yeah. All the early review saves. It's great.
All right.
So, overall, I give this an 8 out of 10.
I was going to do the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was debating whether I wanted to do. I'd say 8.5.
8.5.
I think I was gonna go with 8.5 or 8, but I was still deciding. I mean, it's about the same.
Yeah.
We had pretty similar.
I can be convinced to an 8.5.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's around there.
The story was more than Terrifier 1. It was still a little bit complex, and some stuff seemed like it could have been cut down. I mean, the runtime.
It was 2.5 hours.
It was 2.5 hours.
And you felt it.
And you can feel it.
It was a bit long.
Yeah. Like, imagine if the first one was 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Like, what would they have filled to put that in there?
And a lot of the fillers, the kills, like, they really flesh them out, and they give it, like, time to shine.
Yeah, it was
that's
kills.
Most of it. But again, like, it's great to see. But when you have a lot of them, it's, kind of gets to the same thing. It's still enjoyable, but it adds on to that runtime.
Yeah, I mean, all the characters that they pretty much introduced were pretty much killed.
Yeah.
Except for Sienna and Jonathan, who are major. So, like, at that point, I mean, there was nothing much that they can kind of build on those other characters, because it would have been pointless anyways.
Yeah.
But we didn't care enough about those characters.
Right.
Especially her friends. They didn't really play too much. And even then, Jonathan didn't play, like, an extreme amount of part of it either.
No.
Like, it was a lot of just Sienna, and the focus was on her. But it was a good decision to focus it on her, because, I mean, I think she's a pretty good actress.
Mm-hmm.
And having her and what she was going through was definitely pretty good and up there with other Final Girls.
Yeah. She's definitely on the radar of Final Girls.
What radar?
No, like, we have, Sydney Prescott.
Oh,
we have Laurie. Like, I consider her, 3 will solidify it more. But she's, like, in that realm of iconic,
Yeah.
She's already up there, like, within one movie.
Yeah, 20 years from now.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
Let's remake Terrifier.
Yeah. God, I hope not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's Terrifier 2.
That is Terrifier 2.
And then in, like, 2 weeks, Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a $2 million budget.
What was the second one?
250,000.
So that's
a big jump. Big jump.
Big jump.
Yeah, big change. Big change.
Big change.
Big change. So yeah, we had a few trailers. It's during Christmas time, which is it's not a new thing for horror, but I like it. It's not Halloween again. It's something different. We got, we're promised bigger and better. I hope so, with the $2 million budget. And all the...
I think sorry to interrupt, but, like, I'm not worried about that part. Like, I think with more of a budget, and I think they've already proven what special effects that they're going to use and the practice. Like, I'm not worried at all about that at all.
No.
I think I'm pretty confident in their abilities on how spectacle that they're going to be.
Yeah. It's going to blow that bedroom scene away, from what I've heard. I've heard that every kill in this one is like the bedroom scene. Like, it has its own time to shine. It's not like a quick thing. Like, they're all like scenes within it themselves.
Wow.
Which is good. And it's not 2.5 hours. She doesn't want to do that.
Okay.
I think it's, like, more on the line of the first one. Probably like hour 50, hour 45, maybe 2 hours.
I would be good with an hour 50, about an hour 50.
It might be 2 hours, like, just crossing 2. Let's see. It's 2 hours and 5 minutes. So actual runtime probably like 150 minus credits and stuff. So definitely shorter, which is good.
Yeah. Maybe still a little long, but it depends on what they do with that time. I'm not sure what they're going to explain and what direction that they want to go. It takes place Christmas.
Yeah, all we know is it's 5 years later, which was in the trailer. 5 years, and it's during Christmas time.
Yeah.
And I believe the Shaws are living with grandparents, I think. In the trailer, on one of the stockings, there's like a cursive G, maybe for grandma or grandpa.
Wow. Okay.
that people have like deduced and stuff. It looks like they got some new friends within 5 years. That they're gonna hang around with, and they'll probably die.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I hope some characters stay. I hope not all of them die.
Yeah.
I hope there's like some extra supporting characters that can like share the spotlight a little bit.
Right.
It's always going to be on Sienna.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious what they're going to do with Jonathan. Like,
I think he's gonna die.
You think so?
I think he's gonna die,
I have like I wouldn't put it out of the question.
and that's gonna really set off the fourth one. Like with her, like really like, not that already that she doesn't want to kill him, but like really like solidifies who she is, and that this guy needs to go for real. Like you got to stop coming back.
Well, like I feel like she's gonna kill him, and she's gonna realize like, I mean, I killed him. I mean, last time I thought I killed him.
Yeah, like
so she's gonna know. She's gonna be like, well, then I have to know that there's some other way,
right,
to fully kill him permanently.
Right.
So I'm sure that after the fourth one, it's gonna get even crazier than that.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's gonna make 4, and that's it. He said he wants to make 4 and end it,
and then sell the IP. No.
Yeah,
no.
He's not selling this.
It's his baby. It's his Emily.
It's a big cash baby. These movies pull in a lot of money. Let's do some research. I think 2 and 3 will be in theaters. 2 was in theaters for I think a day or a couple days. Let's see, Terrifier 2 box office. So it was a $250,000 movie to make. It made $15 million. That's a big profit.
That is
big profit.
And they use some of that millions.
Yeah,
they use some of that millions.
Yep. So definitely big money. So people like it. We like it.
We love it.
We love it.
I mean, for the longest time, I didn't even see the first one. It was on Netflix, but I mean, I think that was during
COVID.
Yeah.
I'm
not sure if I want to say that, but
I don't know if our YouTube demonetized.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But we're far enough in. We'll bleep it out.
Yeah. I never watched it. I mean, I saw clips of it. It looked interesting. I just never got around to watching it for some reason. And then you told me to watch it, and we watched it, and then we watched the second one, and I still liked it for sure. Like, yeah. I maybe I thought I wasn't gonna like it. It was just gonna be like something I wouldn't even care about. But like, yeah, this is definitely like up there with like trilogies.
Yeah.
And I mean, Art the Clown is definitely a memorable character in terms of slasher franchises.
Definitely. He's made his impact.
He's going to stick around for sure.
He's going to stick around. Well, again, movies, who knows? They're only making 4, but he won't be forgotten.
Yeah.
His name won't be forgotten.
Yeah. And we get to meet.
Yeah, we're going to meet Art the Clown.
Yeah. Art the Clown.
In December. David Howard Thornton in costume.
That's going to be fun.
How
tall is he?
I don't know.
Is he tall?
I don't know. Let's see.
And he's going to be in his Santa costume?
I think so. Like with the glasses and stuff. So we're going to get a picture, maybe an autograph? He's 6'2".
Yeah.
So, I mean, decently tall.
Yeah.
Taller than me.
Taller than me.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
You'll see those pictures. You'll see them on our TikTok. You'll see them
we'll post them.
On our Instagram. Follow our Instagram. TikTok.
Hit that likes button. No.
Smash that like button.
No, just...
Yeah, we don't do that.
If you enjoy similar stuff that we do in terms of horror, I mean, not even just horror, but I mean, this will be a horror channel. I mean, feel free to watch.
Yeah.
You just like set it down and just listen. You don't even have to watch. If you're busy doing other stuff, that's also a good idea. Not a lot of people have a lot of time nowadays. So if you're on the go, you can just listen.
Yeah. We're going to try to get this up on Spotify too, for just audio listeners. That'll help. Yeah. Episode 1, baby.
And then after this,
next episode, Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
The official review.
Yeah. After this will be Terrifier 3.
And then we're gonna do a Halloween episode.
Yeah.
We'll release the episode on Halloween.
And we're gonna be in costume.
Yeah. So I gotta find mine. He has his. Are you gonna be Mermaid Man?
I don't know.
Is that what you're gonna wear?
We'll see. We'll see what I wear.
Right. It'll be a surprise for both of us. We won't know until we show up.
Yeah, don't tell me. Don't tell me what you're gonna be then.
I won't.
All right.
I won't tell you. It'll be a surprise for everybody.
And then I guess after this, then we'll show like the clip.
The clip? The interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right after this, in 5 seconds,
Yeah.
stay tuned for the exclusive interview with producer Phil Falcone of the Terrifier movie.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
It'll be really fun.
So we get some maybe exclusive insider stuff that you didn't know.
It'll be very fun to personally talk to him and
a producer.
Learn everything there was. Probably not everything to learn.
Yeah, a lot.
Maybe he'll tell us some secrets.
Yeah, we'll get some tidbits on Terrifier 4.
I promise not to tell. No.
Yeah. But yeah.
So yeah, that will include the first episode of our podcast. And really hope you guys enjoyed listening to us and our banter.
Yeah. And
really hope that you guys will continue to watch us and hope to take this multiple episodes.
Yeah. We want to keep going.
Yeah.
So go in that comment section and let us know what you thought of Terrifier 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And any crazy theories you got on the third one.
And
any other horror movies you like.
Yeah. And literally just shoot us any idea. I mean, we want to do like fun little things on the episode, little games.
Yeah.
So if you have any ideas, maybe drinking games.
Maybe. Some challenges.
Yeah.
Anything. We're new to this, so if there are more experienced people, literally shoot us ideas. We're open to them. We want to make this the best it can be, and we need you to do it to help us.
Yeah.
Because you're the people that watch it. So we wouldn't be here without you.
Yeah.
So
I'm here
thanks.
without you.
And